Well, we've finally made it. The 2020 Graduate Awards final exam. We're here at the University of West London with our budding students hoping this year to achieve the unthinkable. We've come through this crisis, they are here, we are ready, set to go. Welcome everybody, and if you're watching this video online, it's probably a first for us at the Graduate Awards. Normally you'd be with us in a nice, flash 5-star hotel, having cocktails and canapes, but today we're here and we're going to be announcing the whole thing through this video you're about to see. What a year, ladies and gentlemen. The virus hasn't stopped the Graduate Awards. 2020 final is here at the University of West London. We are going to be seeing today some of the top young chefs coming through, sitting this grueling exam, and hopefully at the end of today, becoming another graduate of the Craft Guild of Chefs. And welcome to this year's event. Okay guys, for this section of the skills test, the fishmongery, you've got 30 minutes and your time starts now.
When I found out I was through, I was really happy because I tried so hard in the semi-final, and it was just it was really cool to get through and obviously see that hard work recognised.
When I found out I got into the final, I was relieved, surprised and really excited.
I felt amazing when I found out I was through to the final of the Graduate Awards because it's something I've always wanted to achieve.
When I heard I made the final of the Graduate Awards, it was a brilliant feeling. I was absolutely ecstatic. Put a lot of hard few months work into it. To make it through has been absolutely great.
Being part of the Graduate Awards during this whole pandemic and everything that's going on has really kept me sane. It's something to look forward to, it's something to sort of set my targets on and just to keep my brain ticking over.
Taught me as a chef that as an industry we always like to come together, especially with the COVID situation. It shows there's always talent and there's always room to learn.
During the pandemic, it's obviously been really tough for chefs, and during the lockdown when we couldn't work and couldn't serve our customers, it's been really nice to have something to push towards and aim for, and also to keep yourself busy at home, keep refining your skills and using them.
Being part of the Graduate Awards during the pandemics kept me motivated, kept me learning new things, and really giving me something to drive towards.
We've all suffered a really grueling year this year, and hospitality has really suffered badly. But these young chefs today have carried on working through. They've been practicing their practical exam, they've been practicing all their skills, and they really have pushed us to present today this final exam. I'm really proud of them because they are just the stars of our future, and they really wanted to be here, and that's why we're here. It's just before the end of the year, and we will have this boxed off before Christmas. So good luck to every single one of them. Our next skills test is the butchery, and this is the whole guinea fowl. You have 30 minutes, away you go.
Being in the Graduate Awards has taught me a lot. Not just taught me, it's made me refresh a lot of things that I learned in college 6 years ago. I've learning new skills, new classical dishes, and it's making me think a lot more about what I'm doing.
I've had some amazing mentor, Tom Phillips, my head chef, who's really helped me practice during the pandemic. He's always been there whenever I needed someone to ask a question to or help getting ingredients.
It's definitely taught me to refine what I do quite a lot. In the semi-final, I got comments that my main course for the mystery basket was good, but it needed refinement, so it's just about taking that to the next level.
What I've learned through the Graduate Awards is that if you put your head to something, you can really achieve whatever you want. Just hard work and dedication will pay off eventually. So.
Right guys, you're into the final section of the exam. There's 3 hours now where you need to produce your classical dish of the Sole Veronique, your mystery basket of ingredients using the guinea fowl, and that wonderful Oreo raspberry and vanilla dessert. Good luck guys, 3 hours, away you go.
So far it's going well. There's a few little bits that I could have worked on, but overall I'm very happy.
Today, I feel like the exam's gone fairly well. It's gone mostly to plan. Just have to see what happens later.
I feel the exam's going quite well for me today. So I've known everything that I've needed to do so far, so hopefully it stays the same.
The exam's gone well so far today. Just trying to keep my head focused and keep pushing forward. Just focus on the task at hand, not overthink things too much.
I'd like to probably teach one day, because obviously I think cooking's something that everyone can enjoy, and even if you're not a professional chef, there's so much to be learned from good food and nutrition, and also just feeding people and making them happy. Everyone comes around the table to eat, and that's really cool. So I'd like to inspire people to do that.
My biggest ambition as a chef is to probably one day own my own place. I'd love to do a Michelin star Irish gastropub style establishment. Just good food where everyone can come and enjoy themselves. Good pints of Guinness as well.
Right, well here we are, the second stage of today's Graduate Awards exam. But first, let me explain to you why I'm speaking and it's not Russell Bateman. The dear old pandemic has taken its toll on him as well. He's self-isolating because of quarantine within his family. So I've stepped in today, but Russell is really the key chairman of judges for us, and we really hope that everything goes well for him. Anyway, the guys behind us here now, on to their practical cooking session. And just really to give you a quick recap on what they're doing today. They've already done their skills test, which was the butchery of a guinea fowl and the filleting of a lemon sole. They've done their theory paper, where I can tell you on camera that they've got some outstanding marks in that one this year, which is really great to see. And now they're on to the cooking part, the bit they enjoy the most. They're going to be taking their fillets of sole into a dish called Fillet de Sole Veronique. It comes with chilled muscadet grapes. They're then using the guinea fowl to take from the mystery basket of ingredients, and Russell's really been quite tough this year. He's only given them half a dozen ingredients to actually use, to actually go with a guinea fowl, and they've got to make 4 portions from one bird. So good challenge there. And finally, their Oreo biscuit with raspberries and vanilla. Andrew Ditchfield, our pastry specialist, has set them quite a tough task. I tried it at home, and the jelly part of this is really quite a difficult one. But the guys behind us seem like they've all got it in hand. They've got 3 hours at this stage, and they're really cracking on, trying to make sure that they get everything done in their allotted time.
My biggest ambition as a chef is to one day hold my own Michelin star.
I want a lot of knowledge. That's why I want to make sure I've got a lot of knowledge, get as much information from everyone, things like Craft Guild, organisations like yourself, competitions, everything. I just want to get as much as I can out of everything, just so I can pass on the knowledge if I need to, and just one day get my own restaurant and make something of myself.
My biggest ambition as a chef is to make people happy with food.
Taking part in the Graduate Awards has taught me a lot more organisation, and also believing in myself that I can achieve what I want to do.
If I achieved this award today, I'd be absolutely ecstatic. I've always heard of the craft guilds, and I was too old for the last 2 years, and since they upped the age, I've been able to do it, and I'd be so happy if I managed to achieve it this year.
It would be really amazing, to be honest, if I achieved it. I think I'd really surprise myself with how far I could go. And obviously, yeah, just getting that standard, it's a really recognised thing within the industry, and obviously that opens doors.
If I achieved the Graduate Award today, it would mean the world to me. It means I've achieved what I set out to accomplish.
If I achieved the Graduate Awards today, it would mean an awful lot to me. Put in a lot of work to it, and I just really want to see how I can test myself and keep moving forward in my career. I'm sure the Queen would be very proud of me if I achieved it today.
I felt when I got through to the final of the Graduate Awards very excited, quite relieved, because there were things that went wrong in my semi-final that I wasn't happy with, but you know, it all worked out in the end, and excited to see what was going to happen next.
When I first heard I got through, I was a bit surprised. Didn't really expect it, but I was really happy about it.
So we've got a couple of pastry finalists behind me, and they've got quite a lot to do today. So we've been impressed so far with just how well they've kind of motored on right at the beginning. They've got quite a few tasks, like I said, including a Christmas sponge cake decorated in fondant icing with different decorations. Alongside that, accompanying cupcakes of the same theme. We've got festive-inspired fudge, macarons, and then their recipe test is a classic Mont Blanc suitable for a patisserie. So quite a lot to get on with, but a very tasty day for the judges as well.
The Graduate Awards have helped me during this pandemic because it's kept me motivated when work hasn't been as busy and I haven't been travelling. It keeps me focused on updating my skills and pushing myself to learn new things and challenging myself in different ways. And I think it helps my work as well that I'm doing other things when they can't send me off to different residences.
It's given me something to do at home. During lockdown, it's given me time to practice Doing this exam taught me to be a bit more confident in what I can do. It's definitely helped me organise myself better.
The exam today so far is going pretty well. I have all my bits baked at the moment, and I have my fondant pieces ready for my cake, so just on the final steps of decorating and finishing everything off at the moment.
So what's great about the Graduate Awards is that we always make sure that our feedback is really thorough and really important for the finalists or the semi-finalists, for those that make it through to the final as well. And we've already seen some of the little pieces of information and feedback that we gave them at the semi-final, and we've really seen them act on those already. So their work process is much better today. For a couple of the finalists, we said that they needed to work on these kind of things. They're doing that in the final. So just for them to be able to have had great feedback and exposure this year, in a year of all years, for them is really important.
Taking part in this event has taught me a lot more patience, to research more about my own pastry techniques and skills, and how to develop my own ideas when my leadership team isn't around me. Definitely to think a lot more for myself and how to solve problems and create things when I can't just run to someone else in the kitchen because no one's around.
Well, at the moment, my biggest ambition is just to improve my pastry and get better at what I do. Maybe one day be a head chef somewhere.
My biggest ambition as a chef at the current point in my life is to work in a 3 Michelin star restaurant. That's my next goal, and my current work knows that as well, and they're very keen for that to happen for me.
If I achieve the grad award today, it'll just prove that I can do more than what I think I can.
If I achieve this award today, it would mean a lot. It means that I've pushed myself and I've taught myself, and things that I've learnt over the past couple of weeks and past few months actually mean something, and it just means I'm growing as a chef.
Well guys, that's it. We've got the Graduate Awards 2020 over the line. The chefs upstairs are now packing their knives away, and they've done an absolutely fabulous job. It's a tough, grueling 8-hour exam, and believe me, every one of them were working really hard, with a couple taking it to the wire. We've seen some fabulous butchery and fishmongery skills today. They really pulled it out of the bag, with 2 or 3 examiners giving top marks in that area. In the mystery basket, again, we had a top mark for one of the guys. It really was. And surprisingly, I must say, the desserts actually turned out brilliantly. It was quite a tough challenge, the Oreo. Andrew Ditchfield, our pastry specialist, likes to set them a bit of a challenge of a task, and they rose to the challenge. The Graduate Awards could not happen without the hard work of many people and the support of our sponsors. Like always, I'd just like to mention a few, because the names are behind me, but you can never say thank you enough. So our sponsors this year were the London Meat Company, Aranca, Savoy Educational Trust, Reynolds, Quorn, Miko, Essential Cuisine, City and Guilds, Robert Welsh, Villeroy & Bosch, CCS, Mars, James Knight of Mayfair, RoboCoop, Cobra Beer, Pan Artisan, Crosby's, MSK Ingredients and Grand Cuisine. They have supported the Craft Guild of Chefs Graduate Awards 2020. We've been here at the University of West London today hosting the Graduate Awards. Without their continued support in giving us a venue to actually host this in a time where this pandemic is really ruling our lives, we would not have been able to do it. So I need to make a big thank you to Michael Coker, Peter Johns and all the staff at the University of West London. They have done an outstanding job today. Thank you guys. The Graduate Awards wouldn't happen without the hard work of the organising committee that work behind me. Yes, you see my face up here on the screen, but there are 5 or 6 different guys behind that really make this happen. There's also a whole bunch of examiners that come along and give their time up freely to examine these guys, give them their information and give them their advice. And finally, our 2 chairmen of examiners, Russell Bateman, who I know is devastated not to be here today, and Will Torrent. Ladies and gentlemen, I really do thank them for their support ongoing with this wonderful programme. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to pass you over to Will Torrent now, chairman of the pastry section of the Graduate Awards. He's going to tell you how his guys got on today up there on the 2nd floor.
So we've just finished judging the pastry exam, and what a day it's been. Very festive themed. It's been really exciting to see 2 very young pastry chefs doing fantastically well, really taking on board the feedback from the semi-final and giving us a very, very hard decision by the end of the day.
Okay guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. We've kept you waiting nearly 10 days now for the results of the 2020 Graduate Awards, and we've come to that time at last. Will, please can you reveal who are the graduates for 2020 in the pastry?
Our 2020 pastry graduates are Rena Amir and Lillian Savage.
Great stuff. So that means both of them got through, which is fantastic news. Okay, and this year we have 3 graduates in the kitchen and larder. Robert McCreaney Breen is our first, Connor Bird is our second, and the 3rd graduate for 2020 is Stephen Naylor. Congratulations to them all. Every year we announce the graduate with the highest score, and this year scoring 89%, which was a fabulous score. That means they've dropped so few points. I'm very pleased to announce that it is Stephen Naylor. Congratulations, Steve. Now, I'm going to pass you over to Will. That's quite a story to tell.
I do indeed, thank you, Steve. We have had 2 fantastic young pastry chefs battling it out today to become our highest achiever. But in the few years that I've been involved in this competition, never have we had such a tight result. And as my judges and I have spent the last 45 minutes or so trying to decipher who would be our winner, we have been unable to decipher a winner in such sense that it's a tie, and we're delighted that both Rena and Lillian will be our highest achievers this year.
That's fabulous news, Will, and I'm really pleased. I mean, it's been a really tough year. With the virus and everything, we have managed at the Craft Guild to get this event across the line. What a wonderful Christmas present for all these young chefs. Merry Christmas, everyone.